Damn, dude, that's a solid druid torch. Holy crap. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another BTNeanderthal video. Today, we are talking about my Uber Smiter, Zealer, all that experience that I just had. Basically, we've been running organ bosses over and over again, and as you may know already, in Project Diablo 2, the organ bosses do not have a guaranteed organ drop. So sometimes you get an organ and sometimes you don't. The one thing that's cool about the organs though is you can just use 3 organs of any type to make Uber Tristram, as you can see from the tooltip there on my filter. So that's kind of nice. You can throw like 3 eyes in there and open Uber Tristram or horns or whatever, any mix match. It's kind of nice. The one thing is though, like, somebody mentioned in chat that they think that the player count being raised up can increase the drop rate of organs, and if that's the case, I don't really agree with that. Like, I don't think that should be a thing. I'm okay with the organs dropping not all the time, but I think it should be the same drop rate regardless of the player count, at least on those items, just because it's like, okay, do I do an 8-man party to just clear and have more value in my keys? Or do I, you know, it's Uber service is kind of different and in an awkward spot, I feel like, with all that stuff. That's just my comment and overview of everything. The Uber Tristram, you can still run P1, you have a guaranteed Hellfire Torch, so that's all the same. But the whole, like, getting the organs kind of feels a little bit less valuable. You feel like less impactful when you build an Uber character. If, you know, it's not 100% guaranteed on the organs. Anyways, enough of that. The gear that I'm running right now is Drax, Stone Crusher. Now, this is, like, by no means, like, the best in slot gear. I literally just threw this together tonight just so I could try out a couple different things. I want to try out Zealer and I want to try out Smiter. So I got Fortitude, I got Dungos, Ravenfrost, Dwarf Star, High Lords, Hawes, Gore Riders. On swap, I was gonna have a CTA, but I had someone else come in with CTA to, like, battle cry and lower the fizz resist of the monsters. So eventually I'll get that. Then we also have just, like, kind of life charms, res charms, stuff like that. Pally Torch. I don't have an Annie on me right now. It doesn't really matter to me, but I could throw another one on, or throw an Annie on. It's not a big deal. Kind of the important thing here is the skills. The thing about Stone Crusher is it's 189 strength, so I wanted to try it out and see how it goes. The damage is pretty cool, but, like, it's just slow attack speed and it's heavy strength. I would say it's probably not, like, the best, but it can get the job done. And I was doing P2 with a friend and it was alright. Something that I did want to try out though is, and I did try out at first, was a Smiter, full-on Smiter. And what I used was Razor's Edge, mainly for the open wounds and the attack speed, and Lightsaber for the attack speed and the light absorb. As some may know, in PD2 you cannot leech with Smite, so bring lots of rejuves. That's your form of healing. But the good thing is, after what I noticed today, is if you actually go full Smite, again, as long as you have enough rejuves, you'll actually be able to do this, like, day 1. I think it's possible to do Smiter and kill Ubers on day 1. Again, you just have to get the materials, you have to get the organs, but after you get all that, you know, spawn P1, I definitely think it's possible. Especially if you have a team where you get, like, BO and stuff from your barbarian in your group or whatever. Like, all that stuff. Smiter is still viable, it's just not as fast as vanilla, it's not as effective. Ultimately, as soon as you can get a Zealer going, I highly recommend a Zealer over Smiter. We'll just quickly go over the points I put in and why. Primarily, I went Zeal. This is a physical build. So max Zeal, max Sacrifice, 1 point into Joust for utility, maxed out Holy Shield, maxed out Fanaticism, and then I put 1 point into Salvation and a few points into Resist Lightning, just to bring up the Lightning Resist cap a bit, and then like a couple points into Resist Fire so I can help out with Enchant, because I was playing with an Enchant Sork, Enchantress, and that does boost their damage currently in Season 1, so it is kind of nice. Zealer definitely is faster and more consistent. However, I'd say still the Smiter is like kind of safer, just because like you can actually tank up a bit more. Like it does take longer because Crushing Blow is not nearly as efficient or effective as it is in LOD, but again, you could just tank up and throw like some, you know, Crushing Blow on and be like, alright, I'm good to go. Open Wounds, Crushing Blow, everything else survivability, and you just chunk them down slowly, but you'll get them eventually. So that's definitely something to note. Overall though, like, Ubers, I'd say they're slightly harder than LOD, but basically you approach them the same way. Just be good with your rejuves, have more rejuves than normal. That's my recommendation. The other thing is Mephisto's actually, like, obviously if you don't have capped res, Mephisto's still extremely scary. Bale is kind of pushover, at least for this with this build and the setup that I used. And Diablo actually hits like a truck, so you have to kind of watch out for Diablo a bit. That was like kind of spicy, not gonna lie. So it's kind of cool that he actually hits hard now. The Armageddon coming down from the sky, like that hits hard. So anyways, hope you found this video informative, and I'm definitely looking forward to trying out more things with Ubers in the future. Again, this is just kind of my first impression after throwing a character together and playing Ubers kind of solo or duo. So in the current state of the game. Much love, guys. Thanks for watching. You guys are beasts. Give me that juicy torch. 3, 2, 1. High vitality necro torch. I could use that.